So, hi everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome back to episode 11 of Echoes Within with Dr. Nila, a platform to share your message with the world. So, thank you all for all your support for me in continuing this episode as the 11th episode. And type live if you're watching us live, and type replay if you're watching the recordings. So, today we are welcoming a special guest, a fantastic guest, Dr. Snehal, who is not only a gynecologist, helping women to give birth to the babies, but also birth of women's other life. So let us welcome Dr. Snehal, who is a gynecologist, fertility specialist, a life coach, NLP practitioner, founder and director over fertility and women care, and also Good Vibes Within Wellness Private Limited. Welcome, Snehal.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you
So
so much for having me here.
yeah, it's super excited to hear from you because I was so
Yes,
excited because I always used to think, no, right? Like, see, when I learned this energy healing, all these techniques and neurosciences, everything, I used to think, why don't doctors get these practices into their practice? I always used to think when
yes,
I learned Reiki also, why do doctors suffer so much when so many modalities will help their patients? So when I saw your profile and when I'm seeing things you are doing, I'm really happy to see you in this space. So Snehal,
yes.
so what inspired you, okay, to go beyond science to get into this life coaching and NLP practice?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm really inspired by you as well, Dr. Neela, seeing your all this work and having this wonderful platform of podcast where, people working on different areas, they will be able to share their message and communicate with the a lot of audience. So yes, many people ask me this question, like, being a busy medical practitioner, like how come you are also doing these things, but since now I'm practicing now since almost 15 years, and so last 5 years of my practice is completely different because I'm blending this life coaching and NLP into my practice of gynecology and fertility. Basically, I am fertility specialist dealing with conceptions, dealing with high risk pregnancies, and so many parenthood journeys where they have lot of struggle. And especially as the we are coming into this modern era, there are so many things, changes in the environment, lifestyle, food. As we know, what is happening is obviously this incidences of infertility is quite a lot of rising, and we see so many people struggling for this natural process of motherhood, pregnancy, and so on. So basically the thing is, like your question, like how come, I mean, what first thing that inspired me, because see, in that as I was practicing myself, of course, being a busy practitioner, having work life balance of self and taking care of own kid and then practice. So as I was going through it, my routine life, of course, there was one, I mean, there is something missing kind of, feeling always. I always used to think, oh, something still could have been much better. I need to, I used to aspire that something is still missing, what that could have been. And then I used to see so many, I mean, of course, I get engrossed into all my patients' journey, and they share lot many things with me, their personal stories, emotions behind it, and how this infertility is impacting on their lives. And while I was going through that, I mean, I have seen both the extremes, like certain patients where everything was perfect, all the reports, everything good, we are done our best. Of course, any practitioner, any doctor would want that they will also give 100% to their patients to get the highest results, but still they used to struggle for a pregnancy, not getting there. And even I found like few people where even the medically there were very much challenging situation. Even I myself thought, oh, this is so difficult. I don't think so. Looking at the embryos sometimes that, oh, this may not give a pregnancy, but I have seen a healthy babies out of it. So somewhere, I was getting that intuition that there is definitely something beyond medicine. I really need to, expand my approach. It is like what best I can give. Then, while I was in that mode of life where I was also struggling myself for this work-life balance and other things and so many things which all come across to you at one go, and you feel a lot of challenges. So somehow then I come across life coaching. Then I thought of, going through it. Then I myself went into all that process. I took certification. Then I started applying those principles in my life. Of course, I have seen lot many changes personally, but at the same time, those perspective changes when I was integrating for my patients, then I realized that definitely that missing component is nothing but working on something beyond medications, because we can't be just treating particular organ, we can't be just treating those symptoms. We have to see human being as a whole, and when we talk about as a whole, it starts from mind. It starts from that mind body soul connection alignment what we talk about. And I think when the things were, I used to give those perspectives to my patients. I used to integrate certain life coaching principle in my counseling of, I mean, the medical counseling, then the treatment. Of course, that is needed. I'm not denying it. But at the same time, if we are adding this up, if we integrate these things also, I've seen wonderful results. And then that my faith got, too much onto this integrated approach. And then I was working on the holistic well-being, then mind, body, soul connections, energies, healing, and then I learned NLP. And then, I mean, day by day, my belief was very strong that yes, that is how it is needed. Then I learned, yes, when the things are aligned internally, the outer world will change and it will be in place. So that's how, I mean, it was an inspiration from my patients only, that I really wanted to give them best. But definitely, I was understanding that only my medicine approach is incomplete for them. And that's why I decided to, get a real healer out of me that should have all these approaches, actually.
Wow, great shares, Neil. Actually, learning this life coaching healing for personal transformation as a one kind,
Yes,
and starting it as a career like me is another kind. But
yes,
integrating that into your medical consultation is a next level. So, how do
yeah.
you blend this life coaching NLP into your medical consultations? That is
Yes.
so excited. I'm so excited to hear that.
Yes. So as I told, like this was my inspiration. So I started utilizing that. And then I realized, then of course, there are so many, I understood when I learned about NLP that actual real neurosciences, like how is that impact of our brain and the thought process, our emotions, which is happening in our body. Because then I realized definitely like patients will come to us with a particular symptom. Like for me, being into this field of fertility, because my work is specialized, so I am day and all the days. I mean, I am dealing with these kind of people where they are having some problems of conception. So either they have tried treatment, not tried treatments, or till the level of even IVF and surrogacy, multiple things. I mean, from basic to advanced, we see all these kind of patients. And then I realized, yes, of course, body is showing it up at one particular things. I mean, the symptoms of in a particular organ, but somewhere down the line, what exactly the things is. So when I started understanding them, and obviously as being a doctor, you also know that when people they share, of course, they will share many things about their, life stories. And then I started understanding their life stories and their emotional side of it. And obviously, because of the life coaching, I could develop a good rapport with them, because that is also very important, that trust building. And basically, that first confidence that yes, definitely we will be giving medications, medicines will work, but of course there is a limitation to the science, at least in this field. We'll have to wait for the nature, for the basically that alignment, for the results. That is actual pregnancy to start. It is a new soul which, starts its journey, and that always happens only when the things are aligned. And that alignment will start from, understanding what is the past. Maybe there can be some emotional traumas. We found certain problems in the relationships, or maybe certain resentments, some anger, some negative emotions, or always in a state of fear or doubts or anxieties. And then utilizing, all these things, understanding all these things, and then we use so many NLP techniques. We utilize so many NLP techniques, like, first and foremost, to understand, to heal those emotions, let go. And then there are so many beautiful techniques in NLP also, to how to let go of all these emotions, make yourself little calmer, and empty your brain, which is lot of baggages. And then you build on with a new journeys. And then, of course, certain techniques like reframing, how, what is the power of word, what language we use, what stories we tell for ourselves, because most of these people have that, what I can say, negative language, negative self talk, like, oh, it is not possible, only I cannot carry, always there is a miscarriage when I go for the pregnancy, so like that. So always we gave them certain tools of, reframing, how they can reframe it, enter into the positive emotions, giving them confidence. I mean, there were so many techniques. Even for that matter, I have had wonderful results, of Ho'oponopono, using that, healing modality, which is also like, myself as well, even I use it. Whenever I still get a negative feeling, oh, whether this will work, this will not work. So I clear my energies with that. So there are like so many incidences where, like, at every now, initially, yes, there was even a little bit, the slow start. Like, of course, I wanted to understand. It used to take a lot of time. But now it's like I feel, since now 5 to 6 years, it's been a routine practice. So, like, it comes as it is. And as it is said, that when you go into those energies, so it is like you go, it is, I mean, I always feel I'm so grateful that at least I'm a channel that universe has chosen to, help these people. And when I sit in my consultation with this intention, all the things will automatically flow. And somehow that, blend will, I will get that blend. Ki, okay, for whom, what techniques to, use. But definitely that has given the remarkable results for people. And just one more point to add here, I always tell them, yes, we are meeting for this, starting parenthood journey and all that. But this is, I mean, the parenthood is such a divine and pure thing that you yourself is getting transformed. And if you see this as a self-transformational, opportunity, definitely you are growing yourself as a mature individual to nurture one more life, and then same legacy we can give it to our kids. So ultimately, if we look at this, not just a society pressure that, society is telling, so I want one kid, or, people are saying, so let's have it for one, at least one kid. So that should not be a thing. When you yourself look at from this angle, if this perception is there, though definitely that is I mean, they will also learn many things. They'll learn so many life skills, and people have had those breakthroughs while they were, having the treatment journeys. So that's how I have seen wonderful changes in the lives of people.
That's great, great, great. See, usually we have certain beliefs that people used to not even not know. Some people, okay, they treat doctors as gods. They
Yeah,
equalize, and particularly gynecologists say they say like they are take in charge of two lives, the bigger life and the
yes,
little life, and going beyond. We're talking about this soul. So now the gynecologist So I'm looking them in a different perspective. They are dealing with the new soul, a young soul, which is going to take birth in this earth again. So, so beautiful to hear in this perspective from a gynecologist. So,
Yes.
Snehal, what is the neuroscience behind this mind, body, and soul connection?
Yes, so that is really interesting again because as a doctors, when we start our basic graduation, we learn so much about the brain. We learn anatomy, physiology, how brain is structure and how it works. But but even I realized like after so many years, that time it was just like one theoretical thing I learned about the brain. But now it is once I understand like how it is impacting. So as we know, the major impact, I mean, there are, if we say, there are different impacts basically of this mind, body, soul alignments and connection, and majorly why it is so important, like why we take. I mean, why not just medications? Why we should be seeing beyond it? Because especially, see, in the acute conditions, of course, we will require those medication surgeries, even the chronic conditions. I'm not saying that medications are not required because obviously I also use it and we do the same, that practice we do. But the importance of this integration, understanding neurosciences is that definitely the response to our medications will be incredible. We'll see the good results. And then definitely if you are healing from the acute conditions, that healing is faster and it is a long lasting. And basically that's what we want. And obviously as a doctor, as a healer, what we want, prevention. Prevention is better than cure. So obviously it is our major impact is how healthy and good life we will be living. So now coming down to this again, neurosciences of it. So now what happens is, as we very well know, that brain has a different part. So grossly we know like forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, three parts in the brain. And now the major middle brain, which is our limbic system, where there's a hypothalamus and other things. I don't want to complicate, but I wanted to simplify that this middle brain is our emotional, I can say, powerhouse, where there is, lot many memories, emotions, and all those things are there. And that has a lot of impact on the how we think. What are those thoughts, words will have an impact on the chemicals in the brain, that is neurotransmitters, and accordingly the hormones will get released. And now, if I'm talking about fertility part, gynac part, so whenever our emotions and thoughts are stress related or negative emotions, majorly our cortisol, stress hormones, adrenaline, noradrenaline, in especially reproductive age group, prolactin levels are more. That is proven. And because of which, all the impact will happen on your menstrual cycle, on the ovulation, the effect on the quality, effect on the implantation, even the effect on pregnancies. So all these things. At the same time, other organs like your heart rate will be higher, BP will be higher, sugar imbalances, thyroid hormone imbalances, many, many things. We can name everything and anything. So that is the impact which is happening. And it has been proven that if we utilize certain techniques like say meditations, visualizations, sitting in a silence, or probably journaling in a different forms, or different things like reflections, affirmations, all those techniques, if we utilize, we are changing this chemical shift. We are having this chemical shift in the brain, and because of which the happy hormones like serotonins, endorphins, even for that matter exercise, if we are taking care of our physical movement, so that will, these happy hormones will have a good impact on your organ. And we want a good balance. We do not want like higher cortisols always, then it's a chronic stress. So that is how it is proven by neurosciences, and that's why we have made one app, good vibes within app, where all these activities are integrated. The moment you feel that there is an emotional shift, you can just go there, do certain activities which are mentioned, and definitely it is proven by different experiments that there will be changes in these chemicals in your brain, changes in the brain waves, and which will have a good impact. And of course, this is all connected. So mind, body, and soul, everything is connected. Then the second thing, important thing is, which was about this, um, characteristics of the midbrain. Secondly, I want to mention about the neurosciences is ability of the brain to rewire in a different, format. If we really do the things regularly and if we make it a habit, so we can, change our negative patterns, or we can change the pattern of our thinking by deliberately having certain good habits. And that is called as neuroplasticity. So brain has got that ability, but we are not utilizing it. We are just, going into autopilot mode, and we are really not utilizing our potentials. And that is possible. And only hardly, I think, 4 to 5% people that they know all these things and they can achieve whatever they want, but still we are not making use of it. Thirdly, even there is something called as, epigenetics that many of us would have heard. So that is, we say about, yes, it has come from the gene and all that, but even the gene's expression would be altered by your environment. And even so that is in our hand, like which environment, we are giving it. And especially this, I'll make it a point here, being a gynecologist, when we are, I mean, I always tell my patients, when you are carrying baby in womb, since the time you have taken a decision of becoming a mother or becoming parents rather, your thought process will have impact, especially on your eggs, on your sperm. Then when they combine, that is your embryo. From that point of time, it is affecting baby is getting that vibe, that energy. And because that time the genes will be expressed and everything, it all depends upon how your thought process and your what I can say, your mind, body, how you are taking care of it, that will affect the health and emotional status of your baby. That is proven, because that starts, it is said that, when you want to parent your child well, first pre-parent yourself, first understand your own, brain, first cater your needs, emotional needs, and then you can be a good parent. That is one. And another last thing is very important, is like, gut brain axis. So even what we eat has an impact on our brain function and ultimately our body function. Because from our gut, lot many serotonin hormone is generated, which is again a happy hormone. And that is only when we have like a healthy diet, good probiotics, good proteins, and less of a processed food, less of a sugar. So all those things. So all this is like connected. And that's why it is all the holistic development. We can't be just, saying, treating that particular one symptom. We really need to think on a whole human being, like how the things can be in place. And everything starts from here, because it starts with that one thought and one commitment to yourself, one commitment of, self, I can say, working on your own self and understanding these things and taking action for yourself every day. And that's how this is all, neurosciences, that is all integrated by all these things. So yeah.
Well, a very detailed explanation, clearly explained.
Yeah.
Often, no, when a woman gets pregnant, they give importance to her food, to her medicines, consultation, checkup dates. But I don't think that much importance is given to her mental health. They just
Yes.
say her, be happy.
Yeah.
That's they finish it in a one word without understanding the importance of the mental health of a
Yes.
mother, rather be a parent. So,
Yeah.
Snehal, can you share a real your case study, how the case study of where this mind, body, soul healing has helped your patients?
Yes, yes. We have so many, but yeah, two to three, of course, I would like to share. I mean, so one was about, we had one patient who was almost, she came to me at the age of maybe 20, no, not 37, 38 years. And she was actually, she had ovarian cancer in her early age, and because of which her ovaries had to remove. And that was as a part of treatment, and later on, of course, few medications, and there were surgeries as well, 2 to 3 abdominal surgeries. And then after, once she was cured from that, then she came to me. And by that time, obviously, that was a surgical menopause because periods have stopped, ovaries have been removed, no eggs left, and all those things. And she was really very, I mean, though the medical part, she was cured from the cancer, but that is again one disadvantage that was in her mind, like how I'll be able to, start my parenthood journey, like motherhood. Will I be able to now experience that? So, yes, she did. So we worked on all her mental, negative emotions. She actually had all that, almost say 2 8 weeks. She was doing all these every day. Like, we have our morning sessions of reading, meditation, visualizations, affirmation writing, gratitude. And she used to do all these things. She used to use our app and everything, plus personalized sessions. So with that, then we planned her treatment. She had to do some certain, like a hysteroscopy, PRP, certain preparations, and then we planned IVF for her. Even medically, I was like, yes, we'll give this. I had decided, I had planned, like, okay, after the procedure will take 2 months time. Let's see how the body gives response, because obviously I also cannot. I always give realistic picture. I can't be giving, oh yes, everything will happen, don't worry. So I need to make them understand as well. So I was always, giving the realistic picture and telling, yes, definitely, let's see, we'll wait for some time and we'll see, like whether to go ahead, when to go ahead. But doing all these sessions, she used to tell me before, when she used to come for the scan, she's like, Madam, I have had intention in the morning that my scan will be very good today. And, I had mentioned that. And I did all these things, and she used to be very positive. And even medically, when I was deciding, no, her, like, I actually IVF process I'll plan next month. And but she was really positive after 2 or 3 scans. Actually, to my, of course, I mean, the medical science is like, we know how it is. I mean, sometimes we just have to, believe on miracles. So even without even expecting, when I saw on the ultrasound, it was such a proper picture of everything ideal situation. So though I was planning it for the next month, I said no, oh, it is really nice, and she was also in the right frame of mind. We did embryo transfer that month itself, and it gave a positive result. And today she had delivered, I mean, and proper now. I think baby is almost 7 to 8 months, and she's enjoying her motherhood. And that first, so there, that my faith, as I mean, I could realize how my healer inside me had overpowered my, doctor self, because then I could see that. And even I kept that intention at the same time. I believed on my intuition. Oh, yes, this is going to work, because definitely, I mean, let's take a chance, and, that happens. And so many, I mean, there are other examples as well. I have had patients who have had, IVF failures, and then going into that low phase of life, then we worked on them, and then giving them this life coaching lessons and certain NLP techniques. And they have again started working on themselves, working on lifestyle and all that. And despite of so many difficulties, and they have conceived naturally afterwards with the healthy pregnancy. So even so, where I feel, na, I mean, we really need this blend of all the approaches, because as we know, when a new soul takes up this journey, and very importantly, all things are, it should get aligned. So whether they get aligned by your treatment, whether they get aligned naturally, it will happen. But you have to use all these kind of things, because where I have seen, rather than other fields of medicine, this field is full of uncertainties, full of negative emotions. And when we start managing that, definitely the root cause is getting attention, and we are working on it, and definitely we see the results. I mean, there are so many of examples that people have had wonderful results. And from that point of time, even When I feel that, oh, it is medically difficult case, I also clear my energies. I never give that negative energy. I always give, yes, let me do my best, whatever it is. And there is always that chance ahead, and there is always nature is one step ahead of, science. And I always feel there has to be, somewhere that science should meet a soul. And that is the right start of the journey. And so I have got many, many results. And every day, then my faith also increases on all these integrated practices.
Superb, superb, Snehal, giving so much of hope. And really, you are a
Yes,
blessing in your field and in your industry. So, so happy to have you here also. So, and
yes,
why say, Snehal, that every doctor must go beyond medicines?
true, true. Because yes, that is because as I said, na, like definitely I have seen so many wonderful results of it. And as we know that these things are only thing is what we need evidences and research on it, and still they are going on. There are very, very beautiful researches on neurosciences, like using this rituals rather. And when we talk about all these spiritual rituals, it is nothing but spirituality is, I feel, nothing but taking care of your soul. So rituals, you do it for your spirit. That is how it is. And that is nothing like no age bar or gender bar, like when you should be doing it as early as possible. So what I feel is, sometimes in this routine life we become very mechanical, and we are very much we are into that quick fixes or short term solutions, where okay, I've got this symptom, just take the medications, I'll see the results, maybe little bit, and then let's see if it doesn't work, fine. So I think that should not happen. Of course, we really need a help of medicines, that no one can deny, but at the same time, we should be understanding the root causes, because somewhere every disease, I think major disease today, they are psychosomatic disorders, as we know. They are coming from somewhere, the origin is from the mind disturbances. But what I feel, like when we now doctors are right people, scientific people, we work, and there is lot of evidences on this. Again, the researches are going on, it will come. But when people, we have that one, I can say, position, one authoritative position where we can tell people, and we are at that point. So when, and we get connected to so many people, people come to us with their problems. So if we start, giving them, of course, their solutions, whatever organ you are treating, agreed. But at the same time, if we are, you know, giving them, this is the right way of living, if we are giving them this advice of the right lifestyle, conscious way of living, how to take care of your mind, I think that should be a part of each and every doctor's consultation, because it's our, duty, responsibility. They are coming to us in that, and it is our responsibility to spread awareness. So it is not just to write the, prescription and tablets. It should be like, okay, yes, this you take, that is needed. But at the same time, what is your lifestyle currently? What best changes you can, do it? What are your challenges? Why you are not able to do it? So I think that connection, it's really important, what I feel. Because because I feel, I mean, healing, which is from any diseases that we do, which is a blend of medicines plus mindset plus your breath, your silence, your movement, your food, everything. And that has to be, because we can't be saying, that okay, I'll just give you medicine, then for the mind you go to someone, because people will not go, they will not accept these things, and we are the only one in that position to tell them, "Ki, this is the right way of living, please open up your eyes, this is how it is." We can't be just living on autopilot mode and just ignoring on these things. We have to have right habits, and of course, definitely the diseases will be very limited if by we follow this. and we would be and we will be true healers, of course, for them.
True, true, true. So true. Well, I
Yes,
have heard patients saying that doctors should be calm, they should be presentable. And I've also heard from my colleagues from in our groups, they commenting, are we not humans? How can we always cool? But after talking to with your conversation, when you're telling, I clear my energies.
yes.
And I feel patients are right. The doctors
Mm,
has to be in a good mental health, and they it's their responsibility to spread the importance of the mental health. So
yes.
so good. So Snehal, so how a person can start their healing?
Yeah, so I think what we whoever now is watching, obviously, I mean, they can always start from their own self, because what I feel that every person, whenever we in day to day of our life we come across so many people around us. Humans are social animals, social beings, and then we come across so many challenges. So of course, being you would also agree that being life coach also every time it is not that easy life and everything is like very happy and cheerful around. We will also get so many emotional challenges. So I think the first and foremost question would come that am I holding something emotionally which is making me very heavy? What is that one dominant thought? Most of the time, we keep on just thinking, and that thought is occupying so much that we are not in the present moment. That is a very common scenario that we, feel. I mean, that we come across, even for everyone I'm talking about. Also, of course, we need to understand that what is my belief? Do I believe on myself? Like if anything, I want to take any action, I want to take certain project, I want to start something. What is that self-talk? What is the story that I am telling to myself? Am I telling that, oh, it is not possible, you were always a failure, how you will be able to do it? You are so busy, you don't have time. So that should not be a case. Like we should be examining what exactly the things are going in our mind currently. And most importantly, like what is that one thing, or how you are giving yourself that time. I am very strong believer of certain positive activities like we routinely do in our community. So it starts from say exercise, then reading part, silence, affirmations, gratitudes, every day doing those activities, meditations. That is really important, because as we are using so many gadgets, we charge them, we do not even charge ourselves, we don't have that time, and we are always running everywhere, and we are emotionally so exhausted. And first and last most important thing is, if any grudges I am holding, let it just go and forgive, forget. That some things are very important. But most of the time, we are so in, I can say, in a haste or hurry that we don't even know that what is there going on in our mind. So I always feel like, you should spend at least 1 hour time with yourself anytime. Good is early in the morning, whoever are early risers, because it's very good. Brahma Muhurta is like lot of good energies. And start working on yourself. There are so many things to explore. And that is a true healing journey, because when we heal ourselves, definitely our mind is clear. We can then live our life with purpose. We'll find something where we will be able to contribute to people. Our energies are higher, and similar energies will be transmitted to other people. And that is, I think, very important, because when we start from ourselves, it's so contagious that all these positive energies will spread faster, and we want to make this world as a better place. Give good legacy to your kids. That is also important, because they are seeing us, so we need to teach them that this is the way of life. So I think that would be a true healing journey, so anyone can do this. And once, and it is like, I feel it's like a it's very important to balance your wheel of life. You can't be having just very good academics or very good money part, and but you are not good at relationships, or you are not good, you are not happy. That should not happen. So it should be like a balanced wheel of life. Then only you can drive well. Your life is like a car. So if you want to drive smoothly, the wheel should be balanced, and that will be balanced only when your mind, body, and soul is aligned. And of course, we are there, doctors, healers are there to help you out, but everyone can take a charge of their own self, their own mind, take that action for yourself. And when we start working on this, certain commitment to ourselves, certain discipline, I think that is a true healing journey. And what I feel, it is like it has to be done every day. It is nothing like, balance. I have done it now, and then next 10 years, I don't have to see. It is like every day thing. As we get up every day, we breathe every moment, we eat every day. The same, it is like, we need to work on our mind, body, and soul every single day. And I think that is the true healing journey that you can, embark on.
Great shares, Neil. So, yes, as we know, healing is not a destination, it's a journey.
Journey,
Has been done
yes,
on a daily basis, is I accept.
yes, yeah,
And this is a topic which never gets bored for me, even for
yes,
days.
same.
We can keep talking as we
Yes,
go. But let us come to the end of our show. So,
yes.
share any one key takeaway with our audience.
Yes, so the similar, my takeaway would be like, give yourself that 30 minutes at least every single day, and charge yourself, and work on your thought process. Because my thing is that, like, if you have good thoughts, you will be using good words, and then you will maintain empowering beliefs, and that will help you to take action. So this loop is very important. So just examine that one single thought, what is there. Even if it is negative, you have a power to reframe it to the positive. Use good language for your brain, and definitely you will be able to achieve whatever you want in your life. So I would like to, for our audience to just think on this, and anytime, of course, they can connect to us, and we would be happy to discuss on whichever topics. Yes.
Yeah, great takeaways, Neha. So
Yes.
thank you so much for accepting my invite and coming here and sharing your
Yes.
valuable insights. I could see a great, what to say, great hopes in the development of the mental health. So
Yes.
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here, inviting, giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank
Okay. Yes. Bye.